Hey, everybody, welcome back. It is another FEM Talk Tuesday. And as always, we are excited to be here. Glad to have you back. And we have a great show for you tonight. We have some surprises backstage, but we are talking about the real behind reality TV. But before we do, we are going to bring in the beautiful ladies of FEM Talk. We have Dr. Mimi Melissa Simmons.
Hey everyone. Hey FEM Talk Nation.
And we also have Shima Shishi Talks.
Hey FEM Talkers, it's Tuesday.
It is Tuesday. All right, ladies. So before we get into our topic and bring in our amazing guests that are waiting backstage, we got a surprise for you, FEM Talk, this evening. Before we do that, we have, you know what? Start this show off with.
Hot.
Our hot topic. And as you can see, we are all wearing pink in honor of Breast Cancer Awareness Month. So I'm going to let Shima Talks take it away.
Well, I don't know if it's so hot. I guess it would be because everybody is talking about it. We're going to focus on it just like everyone else because it should be in the forefront of your mind. I guess some of the main things that most people are going to tell you is to check yourself out, get your mammograms.
Mm-hmm.
I have personal connection. We all know my bestie is a 100% survivor. I love that.
Survivor.
I think that you said survivor. Were you saying?
I said thriver.
Exactly. I would say if I had to give you one tip, don't go by the age because I've seen a lot of things. Just always check. Always do your mammograms. And don't skip them. Me personally, I am one who has skipped them. I feel like it's tempting fate. So we don't know. It's not a whole lot of rhyme or reason. I mean, I shouldn't say there's not a whole lot of rhyme or reason. We're not 100% sure about the age, especially when we're losing people in their 20s all the way up to their 80s or anywhere beyond that. So if I had to give you one tip from me, just keep checking yourself. Do it early. Do it whether or not you feel anything. Even if you thought you felt something, let somebody else check it for you. Ladies, I want you guys to give your take on a tip for the hot topic today.
The hot topic. I think it's so important for, as you said, self-exam and then get your annual mammogram. You should know how to do a self-exam on your own. And you know, some people avoid that. They don't want to find anything, but you should know how your own body feels. And when something's different, don't doubt it. I would say that's number one. Number two, Black and brown women are more susceptible to get the more aggressive type of cancer. It is unfortunate, but we tend to get it, and more Black women are dying from breast cancer than the average woman. So it's so important for us to really stay in front of the testing and going forth and making sure that everything is okay. And as soon as you get something, and if you get a diagnosis, then go right for it. And make sure you follow right up and do what's needed. But they do believe that early
detection.
And early detection does help tremendously. So that annual piece is so important. And like you said, it may not even be a lump. It may be something different. It may be secretions. Yes, the secretions unknowingly.
I'm glad we left you for last.
Go ahead, Bestie.
I have a lot to share here, of course.
Go ahead. We'll let you go now.
I personally experienced, but forgive me, everybody out there, but Wi-Fi is not on my side today. It just really was going to be too good. However, I heard some of what you ladies were saying and talking about the testing, but that is annually. And you have to know your body. That's what I want to really tell women out there. Really know your body, listen to your body, pay attention, do those individual exams that the doctors show you how to do, because it's going to allow you to understand what type of tissue you have so that you will know when something's wrong. Pay attention to the signs also, because, mine was something that happened. I just got this sharp pain. And, when you start to feel things that are not right in your body, go to the doctor, find out, press your physicians until you get the answers that you need in order for you to be well. Because like Dr. Melissa said, early detection is key in order for you to be able to take care of it. But I will also say, be proactive about your body. Take care of your body now before you have to get to something like a diagnosis. I didn't even know I was sick until I was sick, right? So you want to make sure that you're doing the things that you're supposed to do. That's going to allow your body to thrive and fight off disease. So we can talk about that another time, though. But just wanted to mention that. So I want to now, we're going to be talking about breast cancer awareness all month, everybody, because it is that month, and we are celebrating the thrivers, and we are honoring those who have gone through the process, and we are remembering those who have lost their lives as well as a result of breast cancer.
Absolutely.
So I want to now get into the conversation. And if you guys have been following us here on Fem Talk, we have been on that entertainment piece, and we are closing it out with the real behind reality. And boy, do we have some special men here to talk to you tonight. So I want to introduce them both briefly because they both resumes here and bios. So we could go on all night, but I want to just introduce. So I have to start with the Jason Seda, because me and She Talks met him in Cancun, Mexico, and we just started talking to this beautiful soul, and we found out that he was on a reality show. So he is a versatile and accomplished actor known for his exceptional talent and dedication with a passion for storytelling and a commitment to delivering compelling performances. Jason has captivated audiences across various mediums, including film and theater. But what we're talking about tonight is his cast membership on the TVOne's popular show. And not only do we have Jason, we also have Mike McKinney, contestants also on the show, The One. He is a multi-talented individual who has carved a remarkable niche for himself in the entertainment industry while making a tangible impact in the world as an activist and entrepreneur. So we want to bring these gentlemen. We do not want to wait, because we want to talk about the real behind reality TV. So welcome, Jason. Welcome, Mike. We are going.
Yeah.
Hello, fellas.
Welcome.
Oh no.
How are you guys tonight?
Welcome. So listen, I know you guys have extensive resumes, but we're going to talk about the TV tonight. And you'll have to come back. Oh, and I think we lost one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know how the internet be.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
It's tricky. It's tricky.
It's tricky, man. It's tricky.
You see what I just experienced. So it is tricky. All this positive Black energy here on the stage.
Right.
I know.
It's all right, though. It's all right. We are here. So let's get into the conversation, Mike, and we'll wait for Jason to come back, and we'll let him come as well. But I want to know first, why reality TV? Yeah. What prompted you to go on reality TV?
I'm gonna be honest, like it was a shocker for me as well, I was just strolling through Instagram and I got a DM and I'm like, okay, they say, hey, you look like you would be a good fit for this show we're airing in Atlanta, da da da. At first I thought it was a scam, of course, I'm like, hey, I don't got time for that, but he told me, hey, check me out, look me up. So I looked up, I saw his credentials, so I was like, hey, why not? Not knowing that it was a dating show, to be honest with you. I didn't know that. Yeah, I didn't know that at first. So once, we did the audition, we did the video audition, of course. And, they asked me, what were my goals, as far as for the show. And I'm like, promotion, like I want to promote my brand, which is self-apparel. And and they were just like, hey, it's gonna be a dating show. So I'm like,
So I gotta interrupt you. I have
I know I got a question right here.
I think we all have the same one.
right,
because you said you didn't know it was a dating show. So
right.
were you already dating? Are you married? Like what? What's the deal?
At that time, I wasn't.
Okay.
I was kind of like seeing someone, but it's count on it in and out. You're just trying to figure it out. So yeah, I wasn't prepared for that one.
Okay.
So once they got in, they're like, hey, it's gonna be this, it's gonna be with Kurt Franklin and his wife. I was like, hold up, Kurt Franklin.
Yeah.
Like, the stomp Kurt Franklin, imagine me, Kurt Franklin,
Wow.
So I was like, all right, cool. So they gave us the opportunity. That's a little echo on right now.
Yeah, sounds like
But yeah, it's gone now. So yeah, they gave us the opportunity. We did the audition, then they hit me back and was like, hey, we want you on the show. So I was like, all right, why not? Let's try it out. Why not?
Why not?
okay.
Yeah. Wow.
Okay. So when you left, Jason, we started asking my question. The very first question is why reality TV? What prompted you to go on reality TV?
Actually, and they discovered me on a dating app, and I was like, I thought it was a scam, so I was like, yeah, all right, I'll be interested. Um, I got an invite to a to a I can't think right now, but I got an invite to a web seminar. I was like, okay, what's this? So he invited me again back, and he was like, "We think you'd be a great fit for a show." And I was like, "Okay, what type of show is it?" It's a dating. He told me everything, so I was like, "Okay." So I did a Zoom. They loved me, and boom, I was on the show.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, now
So now I have to
you,
ask you.
I'm not really sure why. Yeah, don't know what's happening here, but I have to ask you. Okay, were you dating? Were you available at the time? What were your thoughts behind? Oh, it's a dating show.
That was at the time. I'm a bachelor, so I was dating. All right. I didn't think it was gonna be that big with Kurt Franklin. I had no idea it was Kurt Franklin and Tammy, his wife, gonna be on the show. I was like, oh, okay. So I had no idea what was going on. All right. So I gave it a chance, and it was a good experience.
Okay.
Hello.
Yeah, we're having some technical. Do you hear me, Shima?
Yeah, we are. I can hear you.
Okay,
And you
okay.
can hear me. I'm
Trying to
assuming
figure out
we
who
lost
can
the
who.
host.
Yeah, we lost the
Okay.
host. Oh,
Oh.
lost everybody. Oh, okay.
Wait a minute. Well,
Well, here comes
Mike is
somebody
back.
back. Mike is back.
So
Okay.
So we're gonna I think it
Here
was
go Jay.
Jason is back.
Okay, well, we'll keep it going until our host comes back. So, Jason, you said that you were dating at the time because you're a bachelor.
So I was dating. Multiple females at the time. Just I'm a bachelor. All right. I have options. I think I'm a pretty good looking guy. So therefore, I had options. So I went on the show, and it was fun. I had a good time. All right. I had too much of a good time.
Had too much of a good time. Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. We still have that echo going on. I don't know what's going on.
It does.
But I guess it's a dating show. Now, did your significant other at the time, or some of the women, or one of the women that you was dating, did they know you were going on a dating show? Were they aware of it?
Yeah, I did have a main girl at the time, and her family, well, she was like, "Oh, why are you going on the show? You're in a relationship." I'm like, "It's TV. All right, it's TV. All right, who's really serious on TV?" I noticed everybody wants to be a star. Everybody wants to be a star. All right. So it's like, do I really take this thing serious?
Well, you actually led right to one of the questions I was thinking about. Because what is the mindset in that? You know, it's a dating show, but are you going for dating? Are you going for, like you said, notoriety or promotion? Like Mike
it's
said.
all about personal gain. If you're promoting yourself as or a business or a merchandise that you're trying to sell, or trying to come up on IG as an IG model, IG influencer, etc. All right, or if you're trying to pursue the acting career, all right, it's a stepping stone, just like any job. Like I'm in law enforcement. I started my law enforcement job in corrections, and that was my stepping stone to get out there on the streets as a police officer. All right, so therefore, reality TV. Look at throw Delicious out there. All right, Delicious was on Flavor Flav. All right, she took that platform of Flavor Flav and got up to radio, TV, etc. Okay, so
now
platform.
I have to interrupt you guys because I heard you say what you're saying now, Jason, in terms of allowing this to be a stepping stone and a platform. And I know Mike initially thought that, you know what, I'm going to get on there and show my brand. So how much of that do you think that the young lady was serious, right? That's the first part of the question. Part two is, how much of that do you think played into now being removed from the show, or her not choosing the two of you as a result of that? Maybe she saw that, you know, this was something different than what she wanted.
We didn't know that she wasn't going to choose anybody.
Right.
We didn't know that. It wasn't scripted. All right. In my eyes, what I'd known, it wasn't scripted. What I went into was her trying to find the one. All right. The outcome of it, so be it. She didn't choose anybody. I don't know. I can't speak for her on her judgment or what her end goal was supposed to be. But she's doing great right now. I believe she's doing some TVs, etc. You know, in reference to, you know, she's very pretty female, educated and everything. So I didn't know. I didn't know, and I only had maybe, I'll say 30 minutes with her on the show, because it was like, okay, you're here, wait for her. I pulled up in my vet. They had me parked elsewhere, so when she came in, she wouldn't see my car or anything. Then they had me pulling up in the vet, jumping out numerous times of the vet, walking inside, etc. You know, keep on going. Okay, do this shot, do this shot, do this, do that. All right. So it was just, when I got into the first episode, it was just straight American Ninja Warrior. All right. And we was getting told, you know, okay, this is the next thing we're gonna do. This is our next thing we're gonna do. I was late to the second date, because I was working. I had a case, and I had to finish that case. It was raining that day, so I had me a little bit of drinks here and there. All right, but I got to the venue, and the party was already going on. So I really didn't have one-on-one time with her. But I'm a fun guy. All right, so I'm trying to make friends with everybody in the room. All right, not knowing my goal, and my goal was to get Ashley, but I lost track of that because I was trying to have fun with everybody.
So now I have to ask the question too. Oh, and we lost him, but Mike, you can answer this as well. Do you feel like you made, you know, better connections with other people, be it, you know, business connections or more personal friendships?
I think connections, period. You know, like once we all got around each other, you know, like everybody energy was good. For the most part, like a couple people from the show I still keep in contact with. You know, a lot of good energy. I think for the most part, everybody got along. Like it wasn't a lot of messy stuff going on. It was just more like, hey, you know, because for me being on the first episode, nobody really got to see the story because I was the first one, you know. So And once like after the show and they started airing everything, and like we did like viewings and things like that, we all come together and watch the show. Then it got more familiar. Like everybody started, oh, that's you. Oh, okay, let's exchange, Instagram and numbers and things like that. And we all just kept in contact with each other.
So it accomplished kind of what you wanted to see, I guess,
Right.
because you said it was about brand recognition that you went on and everything like that. And did you feel that was everybody's motivation, like in general, like they wanted to use this as a stepping stone? Is that how you kind of felt everybody was kind of going for that thing? Like, was anybody really going for love? I guess that's my question. Was anybody really
I mean, all right. So for me, being a person,
your eyes said it all, Mike. I'm just gonna say that your eyes said it all.
Me being a person just coming on, just like you said, exposure for my brand. I didn't really get a chance to be around a lot of people, during the process. But after the process, after talking to some people and just actually, like having rapport with people, you kind of looked at it like, okay, it's just something, it's a show, like everybody is out for the same thing. I didn't necessarily see at one point that people were like, oh yeah, I want to be with this person, like I didn't get that energy from somebody. Because like Jason said, for the most part, we didn't have a chance to actually have like no time to act outside of the cameras. It wasn't no talking, like we wasn't like around each other to like, hey, when the camera's on you, it's different. So for the most part, we didn't get a chance to actually like sit down and talk and like, hey, A, B, C, D. It was just like, okay, we're about to start filming. Let's go in. These are the questions. Let's go. So
got it.
So it is prompted, right? Because even though it's not scripted, you have questions that you have to answer while you're there. So it's prompted.
Yeah, in a way where it's like, all right, so like we in this moment, let's talk about this, or it's just like feeding off each other, but they still set it up to the point where you have that time. Like it's not like it just flows naturally, like you see it on TV. Like, nah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, we're gonna take a break right now. I didn't know if you saw. I didn't know. I didn't know Tracy where you were, but I'll just jump in real quick. We're gonna take a break. Try to get all our audio together, and we'll be right back.
Perfect.
All right. All right, and we are back, everybody, and we are here with Mike McKinney from The One. Let's bring in the ladies of Fem Talk and Mike, because we want to get back into this conversation.
Yes.
Let's go.
Let's go. So I do have. What is
I don't know if everybody knows about the show. We have a trailer, right?
We do. Let's play it.
And now to switch it up the game, bringing our matchmaking expertise to the TV screen. We're going to take an eligible bachelor and eligible bachelorette.
They both have struggled to find that special someone.
We're going to bring the best singles Atlanta has to offer. And they're going to be living together in this estate, y'all. And with the guidance of Tammy and myself, they just might find the one.
New series premieres Thursday, May 18th.
Oh.
All right. So you saw it, everybody. You can go to TVOne and look for The One and watch the show. But I wanted to ask Mike, because before we took that break, you were
Mhm.
talking about, building those relationships and coming. And the reason why you went on is to build your brand, right? And to get more notoriety, right? So do you feel like, you got that? Did you receive that? Did you see that coming through in your business?
Oh yeah, a lot. I mean, even though like, with the TV show, of course, it's guidelines and copyrights and things of that sort. So I didn't really have a chance to put my clothing on TV, but the exposure alone, like I'm doing this with you guys, just a lot of, like a lot of events, just showing up to a lot of things, getting invited to a lot of things. And that's just off of people meeting you actually in person. Like on TV it's different. They think they know, but they don't know,
Right.
and for the most part, like the exposure from back home, like people, I'm from a small town from Mississippi, so for me, it's like people see that and they're like, oh wow, bro, you was on TV. And like it took me a moment to actually soak it in, because I mean, just going through the process of like, just doing everything and like waiting for it to air, you kind of like forgot about it in a sense.
Mhm.
And then once they told you, oh, we're about to air, you're like, oh, people start texting you, hey, I just saw you on the TV on a commercial and things like that. I'm like, what? All right. So I go look and it's like, it's there, so it was cool. So just as far as that helped my brand a lot as far as people, like when people think you're doing something, that's when they want to support you the most.
Right.
Exactly.
So,
Right.
and
That's
it
not
sucks. It sucks. It sucks, but that's how it is,
It is.
It,
It really
it
is.
does. And sometimes, the most that you'll get is from people that you don't even know, right? That'll come
Mhm.
into your business and support your business. So when
Right.
you get that exposure, then you start to get those
Mhm.
people. So
That's
I love
usually
that you, yeah. And we're going to get into the questions of reality TV, but I just want to give you an opportunity while you're here. Tell us about that says self, right?
Yes, it
Tell
does.
us about your brand.
All right, so my brand started well, it's crazy. I came up with the concept in 2016. I was at a job where I didn't want to be at, stressed out, mad, waking up and just like, oh no, and I just the acronym self is like think about yourself, bro. Like you gotta like what's best for you. And I had it, I put it in my phone, like how the iPhones they save everything, So once again, I was just going through my phone, and one day, pandemic happened, COVID happened, and I needed something to do, man. Like I was really in a place where it was get slipping into depression. A lot of things were going on as far as in my
Mm.
personal life and stuff like that. And I just needed to get it out. So I already had drew the sketch out a long time ago as well. So again, I think it was basically we got a laptop and I just downloaded Adobe Photoshop. I went on YouTube, learned how to do it. We had nothing but time, so I went and
Right.
learned a whole nother trade, didn't even know it, So I came up with the concept, I drew it out and basically put it on the t-shirt and I was like, oh wow, like this really looks good. Like you don't really see it from like once you see it from point A to point B, it's like, oh wow. And then the meaning of it is self means someone everyone loves first. Self,
Oh,
I
you
yeah.
love
know,
that. I love
because
that. So you've already had a question out there from my mom asking, can you buy it online?
of
So,
course.
so you'll have to give us your information. We can put that on the show page,
For sure.
so that people can just click the link on the show page and actually purchase your merchandise.
For
So we
sure.
want to make
And
sure
I
that we support you.
got you. And I actually have a breast cancer awareness collection as well. So when I saw y'all in the pink, I was like, I could have got my shirt,
I
but
love
it's like,
that. Okay, so we have to
Ooh,
get self
We have
shirts.
to
We'll
get
put
it.
another
Yeah.
episode.
exactly.
Yeah,
for
so
sure.
You can go ahead and
we'll
say it
support your
now.
brand.
Say the website now so that people who are watching they
Okay.
can look at it now.
Got
Our
it.
producer will get it in the system and
Got it.
post it for
So
you.
the website is www.selfapparelshop.com.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Selfapparelshop.com.
yeah, selfapparelshop.com.
I
I
like
love
that.
it.
And that you had that
Can't wait to see
Mississippi.
that.
The
Yeah,
Mississippi
yeah. You heard that,
accent.
Tracy? A pearl. I heard it.
I
I
love
heard
it.
it.
I love it.
Mhm.
So we're gonna claim it right here. We'll let you know too, because I have your information. So we'll let you know when we're gonna wear the shirts. All three of us will have them on at the same time.
Absolutely.
That'll
We'll
be
represent
dope.
breast cancer awareness and self apparel. So just
Nice,
put
nice.
that
I
out there.
appreciate it.
Love it.
I
Love it.
appreciate it.
Absolutely. So we want to get back into this conversation about reality TV. So when we were in Mexico, when we met Jason, one of my girlfriends asked the question. She's like, "Do you all have to take tests, like physical
We look
examination
at that. What test?
before you go on a dating reality TV show?" And he
Oh,
mentioned not for this one, but is there any pre-screening that goes into being cast for a reality show?
I would say the only thing was COVID testing, and
Oh yeah.
Mm.
that's about it. Like they didn't really ask us for none of that stuff because I don't think it was that deep. Like I don't know, but no, they didn't ask for none of that.
I
Okay.
wonder if they ask for that on certain shows because there's an expectation, especially
Right.
some of the now we like I don't know Bachelorette at the beach and all that kind of stuff. When you
Right.
see Jersey Shore at the beach, all those kind of things.
Mhm.
A lot of sexual tension is always going forth out there.
Mhm.
And I can't imagine that you don't have to do the tests or a few of
Right.
those tests now to kind of
Exactly.
clear yourself, because the last thing you want to know is that the people you are interacting with, aren't, cleared for
Right.
certain stuff. That's all I'm
True.
gonna say. So
That's
I
I
can't
facts.
also,
imagine that won't be part of the thing, right?
Right.
to
Right. It should be.
piggyback that, I also think that I wonder in your situation, because there was a pre-step, would there have been another step before you got in the house that said,
Mhm.
we need to make sure that you are,
Right.
and I don't know if they do that in all shows, but like you said, there's so many shows now that have that pre-step, and they
Right.
let most people go before they get into the full situation. I
Right.
wonder if another set of rules for those people who actually get into the
It
house.
should be. It should
It
be
should
for
be,
sure.
because
Yeah.
you
Mhm.
know how things happen.
Yeah.
Now, does
I would
that
think
also mean
that's a
because
liability for the network too, right? If they don't.
Yeah, I would think so.
absolutely
If they wouldn't do those tests, knowing that they're putting people in an environment that kind of almost, assumes it to some extent,
Mhm.
that as a network that you wouldn't be, held responsible if somebody, contracted something that they didn't have before the show. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
At least
So,
they have to sign
right.
like some type of waiver or
Waiver
No,
or
something,
sure.
something.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
for
Yeah.
sure.
Right.
Sure.
Yeah. But that's
Did you go back for the reunion?
I didn't.
Were you
I
there for the
wasn't in
reunion?
town. No, I wasn't in town at the time. Yeah, I wasn't in
Okay.
town. Yeah.
okay. But
Right.
they ask everyone back, right, for the reunion?
Just about, like I think they only really asked people that made it to the mansion, but I was invited,
Oh,
personally from some people, but yeah, it was that.
Okay.
Gotcha.
but
And
okay.
when you say that, that's because of the connections that you made while you were there. So people wanted you to be there for the reunion.
It's crazy, right? So so what, like I said, this aired a long time ago. So we had our little daily Thursday where we meet up and we watch the show, have like a little kickback. And once again, mine was the first show. So
Mhm.
I ended up getting the information and the invite for the second show, like when the second viewing show. And it's crazy. I popped up, and everybody like, oh, you here from the first show? And the majority of the women, I'm gonna be honest, they're like, oh man, she should have kept you. She should have kept you. Ah. And it was cool, for the most part, because everybody that watched it, they also said the same thing. Like, the Brian, my guy. Like, I love Brian, man. Cool, good guy, man. And but everybody was like, man, she should have picked you. It seemed like the chemistry was better. And I'm like, oh, all right, For me, I was
Is
just
Brian the
being
guy
me.
with the gray hair?
Yeah, Brian's the tall, dark skinned guy.
Older
he was on the. Yeah, he was
No,
on the.
with
No,
gray
no, no.
beard and the
That's
gray hair.
no. He was
Oh, no.
also one of the people who had to pick the dates. So they had a guy and a girl. He was the
Yeah.
guy. He was the bachelor, so
Right.
to speak. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, I saw. Okay.
Now based on what you just said, you sparked another thing. So now you know some of the people. Now y'all all kind of hang out or know each other.
right.
Has there been some additional hookups from that show with other people? Come on, spill it.
Hey, we in Atlanta. I mean, hey, that's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah,
Just say NDA. Just say NDA.
NDA for sure.
Because I would assume, after, like you said, now that people, because it seems like there was at least a group of girls and a group of guys, correct?
Right.
So I'm assuming that now that y'all are hanging out, not, and the cameras aren't on, that, things start happening. People
allow
start
life to be life.
Right.
Like she said, like she just said in the chat, Atlanta, man. Hey.
So
I
we'll
mean,
just
But
ask you
said
this question.
Atlanta. That's great.
Did you meet your connection on the show, like from the cast?
No.
Okay.
Because once again, it wasn't no time for that.
Mhm.
It wasn't no time to actually get to know anybody while filming.
Mhm.
And it was just, hey, we gonna be here for a minute. We gonna do this scene. All right, boom. We chill for an hour or more while they do their thing, and then we come back. So it wasn't like how it flows on TV. It's way different from that.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
now I have a question around that. Is a lot of that edited, right? I would think that a lot of that is edited, right?
Oh
So
yeah.
you do,
Oh
yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
So what's
Everything
a
is
typical
edited.
day on set then? What does
Huh?
that look like on a recording day?
Oh, a long day. A long day. A lot of just in and outs. Okay, we're gonna do this. We're gonna go here. We're gonna do this. It's really just it's weird, because this is my first time ever doing something like this. So it was
Right.
like, reality TV is not my thing. I did theater and things like that in school, but far as like you trying to be yourself while cameras and these big bright lights are all on you, is like it's different because it kind of like not it puts you in a momentum of like, okay, I'm not faking, but I'm not really who I am.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's such a good point.
Can't be
Yeah.
yourself, right?
Yeah. And why would you say that is?
Because I mean, when you're naturally on a date with somebody, you're not. Hey, there's nobody really thinking about, oh, okay, hey, make it look like this and this, that, like, okay, it's just, it naturally flows. For
Right.
that, it was just more like, okay, we're here to do something. Like, we're
Right.
here to, like, for Ashley, she's an amazing woman, but I don't think it was something that we both expected in a way. Like it was just, hey, we learned a lot. We both from the country, so and that was all happening on the fly. But I think me being me with a little bit more drinks, something like that, you'll see a whole different person, so
Yeah.
but it was cool.
Did it feel
like
like acting at all?
not for me.
It
Not
didn't.
for me.
Okay.
No,
It didn't
not for
feel
me
like
because
cast.
I wasn't trying to portray a character, nobody. I was really being me, just I mean, yeah, I'm not one of them people. I'm just, I don't know. I can't if you pretend to be somebody one time, you gotta continue to be that person all the time.
Say that again.
So
Now,
I don't got the energy.
there's a negative similarity to that. You lie once, you got to keep the lie going.
There you
Right.
go.
That's
There you
right.
go.
Yeah, well,
There you go.
But I like that you said you was as much as yourself as you could be outside of the cameras, like like camera action. And from the show we found, I didn't watch all of the show either, but she did not select anybody, correct?
Right.
So I wonder, did is it because it wasn't as I guess they didn't create a natural enough atmosphere for you to really like really fall for somebody, or really like somebody in a way that you would like fall in love with them, you know what I'm saying? Because they also, a lot of the the producers, part of the job, because then why people keep on watching it is to quote people get an attraction for people to fall for each other. So do you think that the show was crafted well enough to achieve that ultimatum that people would fall for each other?
I think so. Like,
Okay.
one thing I can honestly say about the cast, like, it was some good looking individuals. Like, as far as that melanin was popping. Like, I really, like, once I look back at the cast, I'm like, yo, like, we were some really good looking people. They did all right with the cast, man, for sure. They
That's
did
right.
good with the cast. So I could see, like, with more time and like more, just outside. And I think the people that got into the house built a more connection with each other because they were together all the time as well.
Right.
So, and yeah, I think a lot of I'm gonna leave it at that. Yeah.
So let me ask you another question. Now that you're out
we
there,
talk about everything.
I know. Now that you're out there, now that people saw you on this show, your personality is like, oh, I'm sure people watching us now say, oh, he's nice, and like your personality. Would you consider going on another show? Like, say they called you for The Bachelor or The Bachelorette. Would you consider going on that show?
I would. Yeah,
Okay.
I would. Yeah, why not, man?
And would your reasonings be the same as this show, or would it be different?
Oh no, we turning up. No, we somebody getting picked this time. So
but would that be an avenue for you to find love? Or would you not? Personally, now you can be as honest as you want, but would that be a true avenue for you to find love?
Who knows? I'm gonna just be honest.
You gave us the show answer.
Yeah,
right.
Like, my thing is this. Yeah, like, for me, like, right now I am, yeah. So with that, with the,
Just
like, I'm chilling right now. I'm chilling. So
answer and don't answer the question.
Wait, no, look, that's okay. Y'all don't get him in trouble.
Right.
I'm all right. I'm all right.
He's all right now. But if you weren't, would you do it again?
For sure. It was a great experience. I mean, like I said, it was my first time doing it. So now I would know, hey, this is if I'm not gonna be the contestant though. I'm gonna be the person that, I'm the bachelor. I'm trying to find, I'm picking.
Okay.
Right, yeah.
I'm choosing.
I'm choosing, so but for the most part, it was cool, a lot of stuff, you see behind the scenes, but I wasn't around there long, so I was only a quick in and out, so I didn't really get to see a lot, but I would know how I would want myself to be looked at if I was, in that position.
That's good. Good.
And you mentioned earlier. Go ahead, Shima.
I was just saying the best part of how you got on the show, it shows other people that it doesn't necessarily mean that you have to be pushing for it, and it also doesn't mean that it's always going to fall in your lap. But in your case, someone saw something that they needed, or there was a connection in your personality and that show, or what they thought they wanted for that show to offer to you and see if they wanted you. So that's a good thing for people to see if they are interested. Because I was not sure, but I saw a lot of people, and a lot of people who give interviews talk about how they became reality show participants. And one lady in particular said she Googled how to get on a reality show.
Oh wow.
That lady she has a show, she has a clothing line. Her name is Kim. Now see, I'm gonna leave it at Kim.
Yeah.
But that's what she did. She said, I need to find what I'm gonna do.
Don't put her name out there.
Right. I'm just gonna leave it at Kim.
Yeah.
And she has
Right.
gone far. But I like that
Right.
you were able to tell our viewers another alternative or another route to getting there. So
For sure.
that was great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you had a comment out there that said they would love to see you on Real Love. So it looks like you got a fan already who wants to see you come back to reality TV.
You might get another DM. You never know.
Run the check, baby. Cut the check. You know what I'm saying? Cut the check.
So speaking of that, I had a question before, but speaking of that part, is it lucrative, right? At these stages, like, when you start out, is it lucrative?
It could have been. Like, like it could have been. Let's be honest. If you would have got farther, it would have been, but we know how that goes, Hollywood people, actors on strike. So you know how that if the people that's really doing movies and doing things, they ain't getting paid. So so
imagine.
But it could have been something for sure.
Yeah. But you know what I like? I like that. I think for those people who like Tracy, as soon as we started talking about shit, I want to do a show on reality TV because I guess people want to know the behind the scenes on reality, and I really appreciate your perspective and what you came with it. And really, after talking to you, it's a little bit more real than I thought it was. Although it was I've been behind the scenes before. I'll just say that. So I know when you have a camera in front of people, something has to be scripted or at least targeted. Maybe I'm not giving you what you're supposed to say, but you kind of have to put people in a couple of boxes for you to get the right content. Right. It's a waste of time if you don't do that. But I appreciate your perspective on it. And also that opportunity is still out there, not just for you, but, just the average person. You might just be doing something and you never know what pops up. So I appreciate that from you, for sure.
Yeah. I also saw an interview with one of the producers from the Love and Hip Hop series when it first started out. And they were mentioning, even on this interview that, sometimes people are not bringing enough drama. Right. And they are then incorporating, kind of their, I guess, feelings about what needs to take place next because people are not bringing enough drama. So they're thinking about ratings, right? They want to make sure that the show is successful and they want to give people what they actually want to see. So I'm going to ask everybody here, starting with Mike, since he was on the reality TV show, what do you want to see from reality TV?
Oh. I mean, it's so much negativity now, to be honest with you. I would love to see, and this is just me from being a dad, right? I would love to see a TV show about men being dads. Be straight up, because we don't get enough credit than we should. We do not, especially for the ones that want to be in their kids' lives, so I would love to see a show where it's and I follow a page called Dad Gang or something like that. Something positive. I'm tired of the negative. I'm tired of it. We are way better than that as people. We are the original people. We set the standard. So, I need something better than just throwing water and fighting all the time.
I love that. Yeah.
I like that.
Love that. So, ladies, quickly tell us what you want to see from reality TV.
You know me, everything pulls on my heartstrings. I want to see the real. I want to see the honest, the raw, and maybe that might not be the ratings getter, but I mean, I because I'm always looking to learn and to change and be better, I want to see that it's happening and it's possible, and other people's path to it, because mine may not be the right or the best. So I want to see that. If you're going to call it reality, I want to see the reality.
Love it. What about you, Dr. Melissa?
I'm with Mike and Shima. I want to see more real. I would love to see, and almost hint hint, about love and marriage, and family. That's why I love, because just seeing somebody live it out, the good, the bad. I call it the good, the bad, and the ugly. The ugly in a wholesome sense, meaning, people fight, people do this, but then people get, they make up, they figure it out, they pull it together. So I want to see just more of a real life thing and real life looking people. Because one of the things I will say, I'm sick of seeing all of these dating shows and everybody got doom, 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 doom. Everybody got the long hair, they got the weave kicking. I want to see somebody with braids. I want to see somebody with some, got some natural hair out. I want to see that. That was my first take on that show. No offense. I was like, why everybody look alike?
Yeah.
Why everybody got hair? That annoyed me, because that's not the reality. Even in Hotlanta, there's so many different. I mean, you got shapes, you got sizes, you got different melanin colors. Come on. So I want to see a reality show. If there was a love show, I want to see a real one. I don't want to see the perfect one with the perfect ladies with the perfect dresses. I don't want to see that no more.
Yeah. I concur with all of you. I just want to see the real too. And I would love to do the love and relationship piece of it too. And not messy, you know what I mean? And I'm not even just talking about marriages. I'm talking about healthy family relationships, right? Because you see so much of a breakdown of family when you start to watch these reality television shows. So I want to see people do the healthy, how to resolve the conflicts without breaking up the families, right? That's the type of TV I want to see. Almost like real live Cosby Show, right?
With a little bit of ratchet, just a little bit. Just a little bit.
We gotta give them a little bit. That's why I'm saying real live, though, right? Real live Cosby Show, where families are, getting into arguments and then solving it, and then they're hugging and kissing each other again, right? So because that's what real families do, right? So that's what I want to see. But Mike, right? But Mike, we really appreciate you being here. Thanks for the intro. I thank Jason for the introduction, and I'm sorry that he couldn't come back on. But it was an absolute pleasure having you on. We definitely, again, want to support you and your brand. We're going to make sure that we have your shirts on. So we're going to go order. We're going to wear your shirts. We're going to let you know when they're on. We'll send you pictures, everything, so you can put that up. Mention Fem Talk. We mentioned Self Apparel. We work together here. We love everything that you had to contribute and say.
Absolutely.
We thank you for giving us the real behind reality TV. Absolutely appreciate it. Stay on for just 5 seconds after we close out the show. We love you, everybody. Join us again next week on Fem Talk, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we are going right into everything that has to do with college on these next episodes. So join us, everybody. We'll see you again next week.